What is going on? RuneScape.com. It's your boy John McGarrett's here with another tier list, and today we're going to cover the one of the most lucrative markets in the game, I feel, and that is the Rune market. Rune metal, not runes, which is also another very lucrative market, but this I feel is one of the most lucrative markets in the game, where almost every item in it is good. So, with that being said, check out all the links, subscribe, like this content, hit me up if you want this list to make your own, etc., etc., etc. Let us hop in. The Rune market is essentially, this is where the game starts to come alive, I feel. You have the 40 attack, items. These are good items to fight with, to deal combat with. It's like your best free-to-play items. It is like just good stuff. Tanky armor. You're still using this armor to PK with, like Zerkers use this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like the high elk value is so high. There's still a lot of swag factor with like Rune Gold. Even the Rune Cane and these H3 armors and stuff like that. These bucket helmets and the Rune feel a lot cooler. Like Frieza's brother. It's just a lot going on here. I feel like there's no bad item. So, sets. This is going to be tough because I don't want to put anything in C or D here just because of that. But we gotta. All right. So let's look at sets. All of these. So it's hard to put things into the C tier because it's a Rune item, but just because there's such a low demand on this stuff, these are all like the Zamorak, the God plated stuff and like that, and you can make some probably some decent flips there, some decent margin trades. You're probably going to, but like maybe you'll be able to get some of this. It's just one of those items that like sells for higher than the elk price and stuff like that, or buys for higher than the elk price, so it's not really worth your time to go into. And I think this is some sort of ornament kit, and I'll put it there as well. But it's just, I feel not a lot of money outside of like cool factor, but you might be able to get some of these items on, I don't know, the set's probably not going to be able to get these for less than elk price. So I'm just going to slide all of the trim and whatever here, just for sets. Now, let's just knock all that stuff out of the way. Just trying to look down here, maybe. Ornament kits. Besides like collector stuff, I was collecting Guthix ornament kits. But these not going to be so great for flipping. Just really, that's kind of like the bottom of the barrel. You know what I'm saying? There's not going to necessarily even really be things that are like bad on this, except for poison and poison plus. That will be butt, because this, you won't see that really. Maybe Rune brutal arrows as well. You won't see that either. But everything else, let's see if I really broke it down now. I think we finally cleaned up the list now that everything above this will be C tier. So the two-handed sword is going to be S tier. Like you got your 99 smithing. I don't know. Maybe not S tier. So at least A tier. Rune darts. A tier. P and P plus. D tier. P plus plus. I feel B tier just because it's a PK item. Maybe. I don't even know. But people PK with that. I know they do with the P plus Rune dagger. Or Rune knife. Sorry, my head's kind of cooked. Doing these all day. Anyway. But this is a PK'd item, but people want that, and you can get a little bit more money for it, but the demand's going to be a little bit lower than just buying Rune knives themselves and Rune darts. People want that a lot more. Rune javelins. It's an alchable. The poisons are probably not going to exist for any sort of money. I don't think anybody's going to buy any Rune javelin poisons. The Rune dragon mask, I'm not sure if that's an alchable. It doesn't go in D, but yeah. I did say not a lot of things were to go down there, but I'm a liar, I guess. Rune arrow plus and Rune arrow P and P plus are bad, but P plus plus now is useful. People are using that when they're PKing. Again, Rune arrows, really good. Actually, really good. This swings quite a bit. They go through like massive swing cycles, so you can get them for like 50 to 60 each, and it'll go all the way up to like 100, 110 plus, and it'll eventually come back down. But you get massive stacks of these and make massive, like double ROI over a long period of time. So then Rune set. It's going to go A tier because everybody's going to buy this at some point. And they're going to hold it for a while. Like if it's a free-to-play main, they're going to buy this and hold this for a while. They're going to use it to train everybody when they're training their members' accounts up. Like if they go to Nightmare Zone or whatever, they're going to buy this, whatever. Maybe some people skip over it, but it's just really commonly bought, and you'll get all the alchemical items from it. So it's like pretty decent. Rune arrowheads, really good as well. Rune hatchet, top of the list. 40 to 60. Best in slot wood cutting. It's an alchemical. It's everything you need it to be. Rune battle axe, really good alchemical. Rune boots, it is like a Zerker item. It's like just a strength item. You know, it's really good. Really good item. Rune cane, probably a C tier. It's pretty cool. I don't know if it has an alch value, but it's whatever. Rune chain bodies, really good alch item. Rune claws, kind of the lowest up here, but I'm pretty sure you can alch it. I'll just slide it in B just because I don't remember off the top of my head. Rune crossbow, actually, I don't know in terms of flipping. As an item, it's a really good range weapon, so people are going to use it for PKing a lot. So maybe they'll just slide it down here just to be safe. But it is, and it might be a good alch item. I'm not 100% sure. Rune daggers are not going to be very common, so don't worry about it, I guess. But the rune dagger is an okay alch item, so we'll go up there. It's you know what I mean. People are going to sell it. People are going to alch it, whatever. You can flip it. Rune darts. Without feathers, unfeathered. Dart tips, sorry. Those are really good. These are really good to flip. Rune gold helm, rune trim, and the H's. I'm gonna put all in here because you can alch buddy these. You can alch buddy these, and you'll be able to find some of these that are selling cheaper than the alch price. So that happens. So you can do that. Like a free-to-play account can start sniping these and get them or whatever. But so that's why I want to put them in B and not in C. I just want to show that they're a little bit better because these are so uncommon because you have to have a whole set together, and you're not, unless you're looking to look cool, those aren't going to be really bought. But you know, maybe there is a big margin to flip there, but there's just not going to be a lot of volume. But you can find some of these because like people are going to pick these up from treasure trails, not want them really, and you'll be able to snipe them up for alch price and stuff, and probably maybe get a better deal. But maybe these all go to C too. I'm not 100% sure. Now I'm feeling a little bit lackluster about it. But poison spears are not going to be common, so they're really not worth going for. But the rune spear now is going to be a high B because it is a good alch. Hostas, I don't think these drop, do they? Or do these drop after you get... Oh, yeah. After you do the barbarian training, then they do drop from brutal blacks. But if you don't do that, then they're just rune spears. But yeah. Rune halberd, I don't know if that's even really in the game very much. Javelin heads, I'm sure are okay. I'll put them top of C just in case. Rune full helm, gonna be an A. Rune kite, and rune two-handed. It's going up there actually. Rune longsword is going to be really good for an alchemical. Rune mace is even going to be good for an alchemical. All of these flip really well. Rune nails, I know these are pretty good for flipping. People want them because of construction. They have a high volume. The rune pickaxe is going to be a good flip. I don't know if it's going to be this high. And this claw should be lower. Pickaxe should be either here or here. People use it for a while. Low buy limit. It's just good. Wouldn't play body. The best alchemical ever. Dude, this is like the pinnacle of like wealth. Like when you start to really make money, is being able to afford like rune plate bodies, bro. Rune plate bodies and rune two-handed swords, bro. This is where you're making bonko bucks, brother. And same with the rune plate legs. I don't even have a lot to say here. This should be an easy list for everybody to fill out too. So plate skirt as well. It's gonna be right up there. Scimitar, baby. This is used so commonly for training. So you can buy this for less than alch price, and I've been able to sell this for $2,000-3,000 more than the alch price just because people pick it up for training. So that is a flippable. What am I doing down here with these alchs? These alchs gotta go up. Alchs go up. I'm so bad, sorry. Alchs go up. Oh, that's probably bottom of that. Alright, yeah. Sword, same thing. All of these have gaps, bro. No particular order. And this is probably lower. I'd probably put that lower just because. Throwing axe. Rune Warhammer is probably up here too. Yeah, that's an easy list for me to put together. Like, so now I can talk about it. Where's the Runite ore? Oh, there's no Runite bar or ore because I put in Rune. So Runite ore and Runite bar would go up here too, and even more so because of the whatever, you know, Rune plate body, Rune ore, Rune whatever. You know the speech, but bro, like you can make so much fucking money with Rune, and like this is where you are pricing out all the noobs. So this is where like big banks really shine, bro. Like you are making so much fucking money. And I can't wait to hit this when my bank's like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 bill. And I start fucking sinking it all into Rune. And I spread it across 1,000 accounts, man. It's going to be wild. But this is such an easy list to make. There's really not too much more commentary here. Again, just it. Rune plate bodies. All this stuff is like your high tier elk shit. This should not be at the top there. It's starting to get good because that's like gear usage, so you can flip it. But it's not nearly as good as flipping elks. You flip elks because elkers are buying that shit, bro. Like, you can go to all bulks and they'll say buy alkables, whatever, X price below. Like, it has to be this much at least GP per alkable. And then if you can just snatch all this up, you can make a boatload of money. Plus, you've priced all the noobs out, so if you can afford it and spread it across as many accounts as you can, free to play. Like I said, if you don't like this items versus like members items that you're flipping, you can still make free to play accounts with huge banks and make a killing buying alkables like this. Rune arrows. Yeah. Yep. So it's just, this was a super easy list for me to make. So yeah. Awesome. Subscribe. My brain. If I have 4 more of these, my brain is going to be super cooked at the end of this. But yeah, peace out.